Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chat Havers. Let's make a conversation with us tonight. Andrew Tisher, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great to have you.
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah, thanks for. Am I supposed to keep talking?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
It came so fast.
Yeah.
Like you talk, like you almost like I couldn't even get it out, and you started bantering back.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, it's
I
not
have
shut up.
Stuff I want to talk about.
We need like it's going to be hard in the edit if there's not like a little like don't. I'm not going to talk over you. You don't talk over me. Does that make sense?
Very fair.
Yeah. So maybe we can start again.
Okay.
All right. Let's take it from the pre-show. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Chat Havers. With us tonight is Andrew Tisher, a great guy, funny as hell, and I'm excited to have him here. Andrew, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Now, do people call you Andrew? I know you more as Tisher.
That's right. I mostly go by Tisher. Yeah.
Nice,
But
nice.
it does feel very. I have begun introducing myself as Tisher because that is what everyone calls me.
Sure.
And then anyone who knows me who's nearby is like, "Oh, you're doing that now."
Interesting.
It feels very bogus, but that is what everyone calls me.
What do your close friends call you? What does Joe Rumrow, former guest of the show, call
He
you?
calls me Tisher or Tish.
Tish.
Yeah.
Like the famous art school, performing arts school.
Yeah,
that
I
is.
don't have the C.
Right. But, so no relation.
No relation as far as I know.
Yeah. So you're not. Well, you could be independently wealthy, but at least not through that avenue.
Right, exactly.
Not from the. No, who knows? I mean, running a school is not exactly. Well, that's not the.
No,
person
I think they've got plenty of money.
Yeah, the Tish family.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I think the idea is, I think probably they had a bunch of money, and then that's how the
Right.
school took their name. They gave it to the
Right.
school.
You usually
They
don't.
had so much.
It's not like the guy who runs the school is the name. It's just someone donates, and that's why they named the school.
Right.
Yeah, you're not. That doesn't make any sense. It's got the principal name
Yeah.
school. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think some schools, I think there is like a John Yale or some stuff, right?
Was he a teacher?
I think he's probably someone very wealthy who founded a school.
Well, yeah. Back in, I mean, you look at University of Chicago, funded by John D. Rockefeller.
Oh, okay. I was going to say John Chicago.
John Chicago, yeah.
Yeah.
That would kind of more fit with what we're doing, but
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. So they're
Rockefeller
conservative. So it's a bastion of conservative economic thought.
Yes.
Speak on that.
I don't. What I can speak on is I went to a school that was a so-called great books school.
Interesting.
That and it was that concept came out of the University of Chicago and is, I think, kind of maybe cryptically conservative in its own way.
Certainly,
but not the total completely evil economic conservatism.
Now, a great book school. So that I'm thinking of a few I know. Are you not saying the name? Why? Because you don't want to. Because it's too good. And you don't want to come off
it's called St. John's College. They have a school in Santa Fe and a school in Annapolis.
I know St. John's. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Did you have a friend who went there or something?
I think so. Because it's Catholic, right?
No, it's not religiously affiliated.
Yeah, I don't know.
It took its name. There was a school that I think the Annapolis school is like extremely old, like the third oldest school in the country or something.
Really?
And then it went bankrupt in the early 20th century. And then these weirdos from the University of Chicago were like, now we'll do our strange program here.
Right.
But kept the name.
Yeah. But they're like, yeah. Now, Andrew, before we get into this, and I am going to call you Andrew just to kind of set me apart from, I'd like to think this is the start of a new friendship.
Sure.
So
Girlfriends tend to call me Andrew.
Well, also close friends named Luke.
Yeah.
I got a gift for you.
This is
really? Kind of a new thing I'm going to try out.
Okay, good.
This is a lemon from the tree outside.
All right.
I'd like to give this to you. And why I'm giving this to you is I thought this is a very big lemon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big.
That's really quite a large lemon.
It's fucking huge.
It's grapefruit sized.
You go to the store, you're not seeing a lemon that big, folks. I mean, take a look at that here. You can hold it up.
I'll put it up next to my massive head.
Yeah.
And then
we can get the perspective right. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Next to a microphone.
It's as big as the damn microphone. It is a Meyer lemon. Now, I'm kind of trying that out because we have all these lemons, and I've been sort of doing some upkeep on that lemon tree. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why don't I give every guest a lemon? Now, as you're kind of the person I'm trying this out on first. How do you I want you to be honest. How do you feel receiving that lemon? Do you like that you have it? Is it a burden? Tell me.
No, I really love it. I like to get I like to get fruit from people, and I've just become I think the drink of the summer, like last summer or the summer before, was the spaghetti. Have you had one of these?
You know what? I had one recently for the very first time.
Well, same, and I was an instant convert. It's a Miller High Life, and you put in Aperol and lemon juice.
Yeah,
and so this is perfect.
and
I'll put it to use.
And I had it, and I thought it was a reference to the Tim and Eric sketch, but it was not. No relation.
Oh, I wondered about that.
I think it's not related. I mean, maybe they named it after that, but the L.A. Meyer lemon is a staple of American history.
Do we know what is a Meyer lemon? It's not the lemon one commonly gets. If you just like say, I want a lemon,
no, that's
you're
a
getting
different
something
kind.
else.
The Meyer lemon, I think, is more sour. I don't know. I thought the strike was over. Actually, no. Technically, because Miller High Life, the Miller Coors is they're striking. Oh, you can't have.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's Coors striking over?
The workers
working conditions.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Pay probably. Got to imagine.
Okay, I'm learning the Jello Ocean is saying the Meyer lemon is less sour, which is what I thought.
They're striking for fun. Yeah. But this was a friend of the show, Libby, had these left over from before the strike, and I had it. So actually, I didn't cross the picket line. Is what I'm saying. Because people online, oh, you're a leftist, oh, you're a fake leftist. They'll try to come for you. You always got to keep your fucking ducks in a row here.
No one thinks I'm a fake leftist.
No, they know that you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Those are kosher. Not literally kosher. I guess a lemon might be kosher. Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
I know there's kosher lemonade. They specifically label lemonade kosher.
Well, it's always that stuff's hard because it's either kosher. They're either making the distinction because it literally goes on the rights of being kosher, or it's made in a factory that keeps kosher, and they're making sure there's no cross contamination. Are you Jewish? No. No way.
Not a chance.
I mean, really not a chance. I am. So I'm not saying that out of...
Wait, really not? I do feel like I get asked and...
you look very waspy to me.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
You're
welcome.
Right.
I mean, that's what,
Yeah, I think I feel like I used to get that inquiry pretty often.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. No, because I
my hair used to be curlier.
See, I see your straight hair. You have a wasp's nose,
sure,
in a great way. I just you have some of the features that I commonly associate with the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Not gonna lie, I hate this fucking. I'm not gonna lie, talent. What are you talking about, Beaumont? You're going crazy. A wasp's nose. Could you tie a sweater over your shoulders? I think you would. I think there's a world where you would look really good in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
no, I appreciate that. I was once for a network television sketch asked to tie a sweater over my shoulders.
Yeah, I that fits. If I was going to cast you in something, I'd say this guy could play a good. I mean, to be honest, like a private school, type.
Sure.
Yeah. Which is good.
Carmen Christopher.
Yeah.
Once said I reminded him of Stephen Colbert, but boring.
Yeah, something like that. You'd look great at brunch. You would look great at brunch.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Were you raised religious?
No, I feel kind of lucky to have been raised like totally irreligious. My dad had I think a very hardcore Southern Baptist upbringing. He was raised in like the Central Valley of California, which is essentially the South.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
did you grow up out here?
I grew up in Northern California.
Gotcha.
And I think he had a really extreme like fire and brimstone upbringing that really like messed with his head, and he was like, I'm not doing that to my kids.
It's so crazy. Like, it is something that I think people don't really realize if they haven't been to California a lot or haven't lived here. There's vast swaths of this state where it's like people move there to be as far away from the federal government as possible to do whatever the fuck they want. Like, it's real. It's real.
There's real wilderness in the state. Frequently at hand.
Did I spell it? Did I spell your name wrong?
Yeah, some Tish heads did notice that.
I'm always doing, dude. I just sent an email to a woman I'm trying to like get work from, and I sent it really fast. And I looked back and I was like, "There's like 5 typos in this. What the fuck is wrong? You can't be doing that as a 31-year-old man." No. Damn, I did spell it wrong. Maybe it's that thing though. You know, like when you see like a short form video on TikTok and there's something like obviously fucked up with it and like, but it makes you want to watch it more.
Yeah, right.
It's like that. It's a trick, you know?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Were you insulted though?
I mean,
I would get it if you were. You can't even get the name right.
I think if I considered messaging you about it for 1 second.
Yeah.
And then I thought, who cares?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I feel like the is Andrew Tisher on TikTok. You know, I technically have an account, and I have been I've been collaborating with a musician named Calvero recently on TikTok, but I don't post.
What does that look like? You're collaborating with.
Well, he's he had a funny thing happen, which is I guess this. Some song went viral because it became part of a trend where you would put this song under a slideshow and text of talking about a dog you liked that died. And he posted some videos saying like, oh, imagine you're a TikTok musician trying to make it and you finally hit #1 on TikTok and it's because you're the dead dog guy. And he got millions of views and fully half of them were like, wow, you're the dead dog guy?
Yeah.
And he's not. But and so then we did some videos where I was being his PR guy and telling him to go with it. And that was very
I actually
very fun.
think I've seen these. Interesting.
Oh, you may have.
I'm curious. Did that work? I mean, how when that happens, because like if you go #1, if your music, even if it's a
if
clip,
I go
like,
#1,
if you go #1 specifically with music, if you Andrew Tisher, if you made a #1 song and then you became like the this is the song we put at any time for if you got a weird relationship with your dad, that's what we use it. But if it goes #1. You get, I'm sure, a lot of Spotify plays as well.
I think you do. Yeah.
I mean, did it help? Like, I did this, and this is too intrusive. Did it help his career?
Well, so I mean, again, it wasn't his song. So there was this song. It was the Dead Dog song, but no one knew who the artist was.
So
or
he
not
claimed that he was.
Well, he did not. He simply posted. I mean, I think he just like posts every day to for engagement, etc.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of musing on the weirdness of like, what if this happened to you?
Yeah. And people thought.
And then in the attention span nature of TikTok, I think fully millions of people were like, "Oh, that's you," you know.
Damn.
I mean, in the same way that it, like if you were to go like, boy, imagine being Joe Biden right now, and then half the people were like, "Oh, you're Joe Biden."
If I'm like, I'm Mr. Beast, you know, that's the dream.
That would be good.
All right, if
Well,
you
they
could
probably
convince.
just want money or hamburgers from you.
Yeah, well, the hamburgers and Deuce are good. We are on the front page, everybody. Welcome. Folks, this is Chat Havers. Tonight, let's get into the topic tonight. We're asking that age-old question. I mean, we've been asking this since the dawn of the 21st century.
From the 20th century.
Right? 1999?
Yes. I looked it up today.
That's awesome, and thank you for doing your research before
That's
you came.
as much research as I was, and I want the viewers to know I was blindsided by. I learned of this topic this morning when the post went up.
It was,
we had a previous discussion.
Yes,
but
I
haven't done proper research.
Right, it's sort of a gotcha. You know, or not. It's not a gotcha. It's not. It's not. I texted Joe and I was like, "What are the properties Tisher was talking about? He hates." I was like, "That'll be funny to talk about."
Right.
And so, I mean, as much detail as you want to get. So, is Family Guy funny? Is the question tonight.
Sure.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say my case, and then you can go yours, because I think I hold
a
merit.
I mean, I would quibble with. I would already quibble with the framing, but go ahead.
Okay, all right. I think Family Guy's funny. I think Stewie's hilarious. I think Brian's a bit of a bastard, but I do like him as well. Lois is sexy. Meg, we hate her, but she's get some jokes in too. Chris, you could probably do without, and then Peter's a laugh a minute. So,
do Family Guy fans not like Chris?
I mean, what does he do?
He does seem the most annoying.
What does he do? All right, so we turn the floor to you.
Okay.
Is Family Guy funny?
Well, look. So here's what I would say is on the. If the question is simply is Family Guy funny or has Family Guy ever done something funny, then yes.
No, separate questions. Is Family Guy funny? Not has it done something funny?
Right. I mean,
something can do something funny, like if a fucking chimpanzee throws his shit against the wall. That's something it did is funny, but I wouldn't say that chimpanzee is funny.
Well,
if it does it a lot. Okay, all right. Maybe that's not a great. But you see the concept of Family Guy is funny. I agree with that. Now,
This is the concept of a Family
but
Guy.
we're
is
talking
funny.
about Family Guy in aggregate as a cultural property. Is it funny?
No, it's not funny.
Why?
I mean, I mean,
Don't dance around it. Dig the fuck in.
well, I mean, but so here's, I mean, I guess here's part of the thing is I think if I were really going to come gunning for Family Guy,
Yeah.
I think I would probably have to go and watch a bunch of it.
Right.
And I have, one cannot totally avoid watching it.
Right.
But
I mean, it's on. A lot of times you're watching other videos and it's playing
There's
a
a
part
lot.
of the
I mean,
video.
you
You know.
can't right. Just scrolling.
Can't
If you're on the
can't avoid this
Instagram
thing.
Shorts thing,
Yeah,
then
yeah. I mean, you're
going to be
seeing
seeing
Family
it.
Guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I watched it when it which does seem now ancient. That I remember watching it when it came out.
Yes.
And feeling very hostile to it at that time.
Because of The Simpsons.
Yeah, I mean, I think because it felt derivative of and lazier than the and uglier to look at. I mean, I think that's to me that's one of the huge problems with it is it's so unpleasant to look at.
Mm-hmm. You don't like the art style.
I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
That it's hard to settle into some kind of enjoyment. But I don't. I mean, it's not. I think there might have been a time in, if you had contacted me in
Right.
for this Twitch stream in 2004,
Right, before Twitch existed. Or what? Yeah, I think even YouTube didn't really exist yet. Yeah.
then I think right.
Podcasting also didn't exist.
Yeah. Wow.
Imagine that, folks. A world where podcasting doesn't exist. I'd blow my brains out before I'd let that happen. Parody.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going.
Parody. So then I really might have. I guess. Well, so here would be the strongest version of my case. I think I am slightly flabbergasted, as I was flabbergasted when you were saying yes, you enjoy sitting down and watching a few Family Guys.
Yeah.
I do find that pretty surprising when people tell me that.
Interesting.
Like, I mean, I guess, if you, like, I find it pretty hard to.
I mean, but what
endure.
if it? Okay, all right. It's nice to see a show that's nothing but jokes. Exactly
Yes, right. I agree with that.
Now I'm saying, okay, all right. We're not even going to compare it to New Simpsons. I don't care about that. We're not.
Good Lord, no.
We're not going to do anything like that. Where I don't even because here's the real truth of the matter. I'm going to say this once. I'm not going to bring it up again. I'm an American Dad head. I love American Dad.
Yeah.
I think it's legit good. I think it's way better than Family Guy. But we're not getting into that tonight. We're talking, is Family Guy funny?
Okay.
Is Family Guy funny?
Right.
And exactly, I think this is great. One of the funniest guys on earth, me, Jesse Farrar, watches Family Guy earnestly all the time. He knows it's dumb and bad, and he also loves watching it. And it's great. It's a great thing to have on. So many times in my life, I was comforted. I would come home in high school and college, and even a little bit
There it
after
is.
that, and I thought the lemon. Don't let that lemon hit the floor. It'll get dirty.
The lemon is seated on the couch like a cat.
Exactly. That's kind of the mascot of the show. I'm the lemon guy on Twitch.
Really?
I don't know.
Isn't that a?
I'm trying it out.
Yeah.
Oh, lemon party is what you're
Okay,
thinking.
right.
That's different. That's different. Of course it's funny. Why wouldn't it be funny? I mean, that's the question. But I think you legitimately don't think it's funny.
Yeah, I mostly don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you, I mean, it's because okay, but all right. Imagine this.
But I mean, I want to say
Okay.
I've seen plenty of Family Guy gags that I'm like, yes, that's funny, and I think from the start, like when in the earliest days when I was a true hater,
Yeah.
I think one of the things I found very aggravating about the show was like once an episode there'd be something that was incredibly funny,
Right.
and it's like, oh, but this show is really hard for me to watch.
Even though you think it's funny, it's funny.
Well, I think I think it would also be another thing if it's like, boy, it's ugly, but every second joke I'm really laughing my head off.
like
But that's,
South Park.
That's
South Park.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Do you like South Park?
I like South Park. I do like South Park more or less. I don't keep up with it.
No, I gotta ask you something. Would you say overall you are a hater? Because we don't know each other that well, but I would say my impression of you is that you are a hater, and I say this with respect. I think I'm also a hater.
Yeah.
But is that do you label yourself as such? But lady?
I think I have. I think I am a born hater. I think I've worked pretty hard to mellow and be. I think there was a period of my life where I really had walls up, and it seemed very important to not let anything in that was opposed to my philosophy, so-called, or whatever.
And your philosophy was you just like The Simpsons a lot, or?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I think there was a time where I had a really narrow idea of like things that are good, attempt to do X, Y, Z, and so if you're not doing that, then you're bad, and you're opposed to me.
And you don't feel that anymore.
I think I feel much more warmly, or much more indulgently towards things I don't care for. But yes, I think I am a hater, and I think I get to these days. I mostly get really angry at books.
All right, we need to take all the time out right now.
Okay,
and I'll tell you why.
All right,
I didn't. Okay, how do I put this? I didn't have you on tonight to say, oh, I used to be a hater, and now I mean, the topic is, obviously you know what I'm doing. Can you, like, bring a little of this vitriol?
Can I bring a little heat?
I think they'd like that.
Okay, no, I understand.
I think they'd like that.
I mean,
come on.
Well, okay.
Oh, I hate books. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Well, I know.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's much safer,
I found the metaphors and the importance of being earnest quite droll. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what you were going to say, but that kind of stuff is like, we're on the video game website. You know what I mean?
Do you not find them droll?
No, I love the importance of being earnest. I think it's a work of comedic masterpiece. And I'm not going to talk about that because tonight we're talking about, is Family Guy funny? So what I need from you is, I don't know what kind of headspace you need to get in. I don't know if you got to take 20 years off your life and you go back to 2004.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But
fair enough.
I need something.
Okay. No, you're right. You're so right.
Let's fucking bring it.
No, of course. Yes.
It's funny to watch a guy get so mad about Family Guy, you know?
Right.
It's not funny to watch a guy be, it's fine.
Well, this is not what you've promised the viewer, but I think I could get more heated up about 30 Rock.
Right.
Which is the other one.
And can
discussed,
I be honest?
Which I do really hate.
You know what the funniest part is? I got too nervous to do 30 Rock. for reasons you can imagine. I was just like, no, I don't want to touch that one. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But maybe we should go into it.
Well, we could.
Let's go into it. What's your fucking problem? Because this is actually because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just thought I'll tell, and we're gonna go into it.
Too late now, bud.
And
exactly
I'll tell you
right.
what. I put on the poster. I just thought, Third Rock from the Sun is funny, and the guy's an alien.
No.
Third Rock from the Sun is funny.
It's not. No, it's really not funny.
It is funny. You got a great actor being like, oh, I've got to have sex, but I'm from another planet.
Yeah,
I mean, that shit's fucking funny. Okay, all right. But here's why I didn't put it. Because honestly, I said to myself, saying, is Family Guy funny is a funnier topic on a poster.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, we've gotten that out of the way.
It's so late to have that
it's
conversation.
so funny. Where this 30 Rock funny, you're like, what? I think I'm tired. But what the fuck is your problem with 30 Rock? I mean, to me, that is one of the few shows that actually is still funny. It's like, to me, it's that old Simpsons, King of the Hill. In terms of the comedies of my life that I have watched and enjoyed, when I watch those things still, I get the same amount of enjoyment, if not more.
Yeah, and I'm so with you on Simpsons and King of the Hill.
Right.
I mean, not hardly controversial opinions, but I want to give people some baseline. I'm not totally.
This guy, and I will say, they don't know you. Tisher's a very funny comedian. Tisher's a funny guy, so I think that's why when we had this conversation, I've never met someone that hates 30 Rock. I gotta say.
Right, and again, I mean,
and you lived in New York, the place where they made it.
Yeah.
I mean, did you even think about that?
Well, now I live in LA where they make Family Guy.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your fucking problem with 30 Rock?
Did they make it in New York?
I think they literally shot it. I mean, at least they shot the external shots.
Right.
Rockefeller
Seinfeld, you might think that they made in New York, but they did not.
Oh, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, too.
Oh, is that right?
Wait, they didn't make Seinfeld in New York?
No, it's LA.
Seriously?
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Because It's Always Sunny, I get it. You know what I mean? What's your favorite 90s sitcom?
Simpsons easily, but I mean, and then if not
Yes.
that, I mean, Seinfeld. Again, these are not like
Yeah.
astonishing underground.
What about Step by Step?
I never saw. I missed that one somehow.
Step. What about? Okay, all right. Let's go even one step further. 2000 sitcom.
Yeah. Well, I think there's another way in which this is a little like. Well, I loved Arrested Development. Is that 90s though?
I want multicam though. I mean, for me, I'll tell you, 2.5 Men. I think that show is legit fucking funny.
Wow.
Yes, that's my hot take. I think 2.5 Men is
a hot take.
Fucking
Dinosaurs.
funny.
I love Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs is good. Fucking funny. It's funny.
Yeah, I only have watched pieces of that, but
And then Charlie Sheen went nuts.
Amazingly unpleasant.
2.5 Men.
It is intended to be.
What about
unpleasant.
Reba?
Reba? I never watched Reba.
What about the George Lopez show?
Never saw that one.
What about?
I kind of lost. I graduated high school in 2000, and so
that
I kind
is
of
the
lost.
age difference.
I kind of lost touch with television for the decade of the 2000s.
I'd say 2000 and 2005. I'm still regularly watching ABC sitcoms pretty much every single night. I'm watching a lot of Scrubs. I got to imagine you fucking hate Scrubs.
Yeah, I never really watched it.
Yeah. Bernie Mac, that's good.
It seemed constitutionally opposed.
Yeah. I had mono in high school once and watched hella Reba. Reba's awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
Barbara Jean.
I could believe that.
I met one of the only time I've had a celebrity interaction is I met the son. I was at a thing and I met the kid who plays the son on Reba. And he went on this really funny tangent where he kept saying to me and Katie, my girlfriend, he was like, you know what the problem is? No one's allowed to smoke cigarettes anymore. You think the Clash could have written all their songs if they weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes? And he was really on this tip that cigarettes.
The Clash?
The Clash.
Oh.
He was really on. He was really on this tip about how the fact we can't smoke cigarettes is why there's no good music anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you can smoke cigarettes writing your songs.
Yeah, you can smoke. I mean, also, if you're famous, I'm sure that look at Dave Chappelle. He smokes cigarettes every goddamn night.
Yeah, they were smoking cigarettes in that Simpsons shredder room, though, apparently.
Really?
So I hear.
Now they're zinning in the Abbott Elementary writers' room, right, man?
It's strange. They might as well be writing under friggin' water.
Times they are changing. But let's go back to it. I'm not going to let you avoid this.
Wait, did you ever watch Grace Under Fire? That's kind of like the weirdest sitcom I watched.
Is that like Just Shoot Me? Is that era?
No, it was
My favorite cartoon is Popeye. Jill gave me the hall pass for Olive Oil. Every time I watch Popeye, Jill tells me to not get too riled up fantasizing about being Popeye. One time I picked Jill like Popeye after finishing spinach and I dropped a meat.
What was that?
So someone played a TTS message, but it didn't work so good. Hold on.
Vamp. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Grace Under Fire was a show about like a Southern woman who was raising her kids alone, and it had Lady Madonna as its theme song, and Dave Thomas from SCTV was the pharmacist best friend, and so he was very funny on it. It was kind of good. DJ Karate Sean remembers Grace Under Fire. But I loved Futurama. I'll talk about some other ones I love quickly. I loved the Drew Carey Show back in the day. I was crazy for that one. I thought they did strange, inventive things, and just everyone was very appealing on it. I'm trying to think.
All right, I think I fixed it. If you want to DM me or message on Discord, I can play it again.
I like News Radio.
News Radio. But I think I fixed it.
I was a big Kids in the Hall is huge for me.
Yeah, I'm a little too young for that.
Dave Foley bridge there. I was so happy. And of course my man Joe Rogan on News Radio.
Hey, that was kind of his first role, right?
Yeah, I'm not actually. That's not
I know
an actual
you.
Joe Rogan endorsement.
He kind of is. It's crazy he's that old that he could have been a regular on a 90s sitcom. You know what I mean?
Oh, don't you feel like he looks pretty old?
Yeah, I guess, but I'm like, it's just crazy to me how long he's been around, I guess.
Yeah, no, it does seem really strange that he has this, like...
And he's had, like, different arcs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's, like,
I don't know
sitcom
that much
guy,
about him.
Fear Factor.
Right.
He was an MMA announcer for a long time, and then the podcast.
That's really wild.
Yeah. He's got the HGH old look. That is definitely true.
Yeah, what is HGH?
Human growth hormone.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I know
steroids.
he does look like he looks kind of like a factory farm.
We got a call
creature.
coming in. Are you ready to take a call?
Oh, I'd love to take a call.
Let's see if this fucking works. Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
I was ready to discuss how funny my show is, but I guess you've moved on to 30 Rock.
Oh wow, it sounds like it's a Family Guy.
Is it Family Guy?
It's right. It's me, Peter Griffin. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, so this is maybe part of it is the that voice couldn't possibly be more uningratiating.
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say to Peter.
Well, he's got a lot
Rather
of money,
rude.
I imagine, at this point.
No, I mean, it's like his life rights were used. He doesn't have that much money. Seth MacFarlane has that money.
I
wow.
sold my life rights for $20. It was a huge ripoff. I am in poverty.
Wow, does that remind you of anything?
What?
Yes,
Well,
it does.
Yeah.
Of what?
Well, maybe
it actually
perhaps
makes
another
me think of
celebrity
my.
selling their life rights, or maybe it's worse than another thing involving a celebrity or a moment in a movie.
I'm not getting
It actually makes me think of Steven Seagal in the Great Depression.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Peter, what do you say?
And
that?
wouldn't
What do you
that be funny to see?
What do
that
you?
would be funny. Hey, brother, can you spare a dime? And then he just eviscerates the guy. Yeah,
That's
Peter,
good.
Peter likes it.
I mean, so what? I mean, Peter, how do you fucking feel about this guy coming and saying,
How do
that
I
you
fuck?
suck?
One leg at a time.
All right, Peter, calm down.
You know-
It's a family show. How do you feel about this guy coming into your house and
Family Guy
basically, it's like he took Brian and he rang him out to dry. Basically, threw him and cut his neck open and let him run around. Right?
Brian, of course. Brian passed away in 2002. He was a very old dog.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Oh,
Just
sure.
a little update for all the fans. Stewie is now 27.
Okay.
But how's it feel to be told I suck? Well, he's
And is
actually
he
saying
still-
that Seth sucks.
That
Is he
sucks,
still
okay.
an offensive stereotype? Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Stewie's an offensive stereotype?
Well, I was wondering if Stewie was still homosexual.
Right. You can just say it normal. Like that's a normal question to ask. Is Stewie gay? Like that's not a weird thing to ask. You're just asking it.
You really got Peter with that
Well,
one.
I'm saying like the emphasis you put on it is what made it call attention
Well,
to
I
it.
think I was.
Yes, you sort of turned it homophobic by how you asked.
Right. If you're just like,
Well-
oh, is Stewie gay? Yeah, probably, dude. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I don't know. Do you think he grew out of it?
I was intending to communicate some of the weird winking quality to it that the show puts
Well, we're
on.
not talking to the show. We're talking to the real guy.
No, I'm sorry. That's of course so
That's
right.
okay. That's okay. Now, how do you feel about? Now, Peter, how do you feel about this guy coming on out of left field and basically throwing fastballs at your dang nuts the way he's acting about your show?
Of course, it is. It's somewhat painful, but I have over the years learned to distinguish myself from the Peter of the show, from the Seth MacFarlane invention. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Do you play yourself?
For
on the show,
example,
or
I
is it-
am sober.
Oh,
You're
wow.
sober. Congratulations.
That's right.
How many years you got?
22.
Wow.
Wow.
So you got sober right as the show was coming out, huh? When you maybe all the
A few years in.
Yeah, a few years in. You're right. You're
Well-
right. 2002.
When I saw how Seth saw me, I said, "Holy crap! I better change my life."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have the quality of that all good comedy has, which is like it's like, okay, that's the character. I'm seeing the character. He's doing the thing. It's making me laugh.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
here though.
I'm
you're
laughing to talk to Peter.
You're sitting on this high horse, and yet you're hearing
Yeah,
Peter's
well,
laugh, and I see you fucking smiling, dude.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see you
smiling,
giggling
like,
over
it's
there.
just fun to talk to him.
Now I got a question, Peter. How did you meet Seth? Did you like know him growing up, or like are you some freak to him? I mean, how did that relationship start? Please,
Well,
take it away.
I was actually in a Show Tunes fantasy camp, and of course, Seth was there, getting hooked on the very concept of a show tune.
Right. That was when
And
that's
he saw
sort of
me
where
and
it
my
happened.
huge body. Yeah, it's sort of the ground zero of him being a crooner.
Right. Kruna.
Oh yeah, that is such a I do, and I guess this is something about Seth I like because he does seem to come by his crooner enthusiasm very earnestly.
Yeah. Peter, do you like that?
Is that a callback to the Shakespeare from earlier?
Is that a callback? No, we're talking
Could
about
we
you like
flash
a
back to the
crooner.
importance of being
I
early?
would love to hear from Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi calls in as well.
Yeah.
Peter, if you could say one thing to the fucking the frickin' haters out there.
Hey, and I'll say I don't care for Nancy Pelosi that much neither.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're happy with her husband. All right, Peter, what do you
She
say
just
to all
can't
that?
pull
What do you
off
say to all
kente
that?
cloth.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. Please, go ahead.
I was saying that Nancy Pelosi just simply cannot pull off kente cloth. She just doesn't wear it well.
Oh, the
right.
kente cloth. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I thought she looked okay.
I thought she looked beautiful. I think that she is beautiful, and I think that's an underappreciated part of her. I think she's legitimately very
She's
beautiful.
an attractive
She's
person.
an attractive woman.
Sure. Yeah.
She's an attractive
He
older
wants
woman.
to have Nancy Pelosi.
What are you muttering, Peter?
Speak up, Peter.
No, nothing.
No, come
You-
on, man.
You speak up, Peter. You speak up, Peter.
You don't need to get aggressive with us, Peter. All right, Peter. Before you go, what do you say to the naysayers out there that hate your guts, think you and Lois should basically die? Is the impression I've gotten from Tisher tonight. What do you say?
I would say to them that Lois died of multiple sclerosis 3 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
All
That's
right,
been,
well,
it's
that's
been
too
Charnel
sad.
House over there in
That's too
Pawtucket.
sad.
Brian?
They played the dogs out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish, man. I wish. All right, we got another call coming in. Let's see what kind of wacky character we got on the phone next, shall we, Tisher? Hello, characters.
Yeah.
Characters, welcome. Welcome to the show. Who do we got?
Hello.
Hello, is it Peter?
It seems like it's.
Oh,
Is it
Stewie
Stewie?
Griffin.
Who is this?
It's Stewie. Stewie Griffin.
How are you? How are you, Stewie? Are you 27?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Well, it's really kind of a Simpsons type thing. Is how old is anyone? There's different arcs, and sometimes I'm 5, sometimes I'm 72. But anyways, we were calling about the sitcoms, and was calling to get your opinion on
It's changing.
Frasier.
Commit to the. I'm
No.
sorry. Let's give you a T right here. Your voice is rapidly changing. Take it from the top, not from the top of what you're saying, but you get back into the voice because it's rapidly turning into. You sound like Sherlock Holmes or something. So find your key phrase. If you need time,
Okay.
we can deal with a little silence here. Just please commit.
Anyways,
Oh, that is
That's
better.
good. Good job.
I was wondering what your opinion on Signs. Not Signs. Frasier was. I'm a big fan of Niles Crane.
That makes sense, Stewie. Give us a damn you vile woman, Stewie. I'd like to hear you say that iconic phrase.
Damn you, vile woman.
Whoa, that was kind of Tim Curry. Yeah,
I like that.
A little,
I like that.
A little mustard.
That
on
is
it.
good. Now, can
Yeah.
you do Roger from American Dad now?
No,
Or Templeton from Charlotte's Web.
don't know who that is.
Okay.
You don't know who Templeton from Charlotte's Web? You never read Charlotte's Web as a boy?
Well, I wouldn't misgender me there, Luke.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I mean, you didn't read Charlotte's Web growing up as a child?
No.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more.
I feel
of
like
the-
everyone
who,
read
what,
Charlotte.
what
You
is
didn't see the
name-
movie?
Who is the name of the guy that actually does Templeton, and then the voice of Roger is based on?
I
the
want to
middle
say
square on Hollywood Square.
yes, Bruce Valanche.
No.
Oh.
Yes, that's right, Ted. I am not old enough to read.
What about you are Stewie's not old enough to read. Kid Stewie,
Is that
I want
canon?
to. All right.
Yeah, no, but I get that. That makes sense. Paul Lind, yes, thank you. Crunchy.
Paul Lind.
Charlotte, I found one. It's
Stewie, have you seen
crunchy.
American Dad?
Yes, and I find it rather droll.
Really? Dave probably. I mean, you probably met those characters. You gonna say he's droll? American Dad, Stan. I love American Dad. I want to go on the record saying this, Stewie. I fucking love American Dad. I think it's so funny.
This was your
This is my magnum opus. Okay, so that caller did hang up.
Okay, they got. They were asking about Frasier though, which is I like Cheers quite a lot, and I like Frasier on Cheers a lot. I was never.
Frasier.
I get the appeal of Frasier. I never really dug Frasier.
Can I tell you something honest? And I'm not saying this like as a bit. I legitimately thought up until 2 years ago that the point of Frasier was that they were gay. I just thought
Frasier and his brother.
Yeah, I just thought they were like, oh yeah, that's like the point of it.
Yeah, okay.
It's not the point. I know that now. I just legitimately I was like, oh yeah, that's the point of Frasier. I was like,
That's
it's this
amazing.
awesome progressive show from the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was always irritated that the cop father was right about everything.
Yeah, because they were kind of like blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Right. It always kind of had. I felt like there was frequently this kind of smackdown moment where it's like, stop being a little freak. Liking smart things and
be a dumb,
normal.
Yeah. Oh, the cop did so well. He did so well that his pension. He had to move in with his son. I mean, it's like we're supposed to think that's a good. It's supposed to be impressive that he doesn't have his own land. We're supposed to be impressed by him. Frasier lives in a penthouse apartment in Seattle. The dad has to move in.
Right. Well, I think that maybe establishes some sympathy for him.
I
don't. Do we know why it's a health issue? Because he's got the cane and stuff.
Right,
yeah.
doesn't it? I think their mom passes and then he moves in.
You're telling me that's funnier. What is?
I think
Frasier. Yeah, I think Frasier's
Frasier's
funny.
Oh, behave, I'm Stewie. I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm Stewie. Oh, behave.
As an impression or as a joke?
Both.
Yeah. Here I'll go. Well, I would love to hear from a Family Guy hater if there's one possibly
there isn't
out
one.
there.
Nobody hates
no
Family
such
Guy.
thing. Yeah.
Nobody hates Family Guy.
Yeah, it just. I think it's understandable that people. I always thought it made more sense as like a sketch show or something. You can't like the characters, which sounds impossibly square to care about at this point in time. But I don't think you can like the characters.
On Family Guy?
Yeah.
You should watch American Dad then, because it's much more about the story.
Yeah.
You should really think about watching American Dad. I really think you would like it. I think if you gave it a shot, you'd go, there's actually a lot here.
But it looks the same.
Right, but the way they go with it, American Dad, yes, the early season of American Dad, but not as much these days. Really? Well, I don't know. Listen, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Stewie fan. It has Stewie.
They were really surfing the edge back at the turn of the millennium when that was kind of where comedy was.
Yeah, surfing the edge, definitely. What can't we say?
Right, exactly.
Lincoln Park jokes. I like.
Well, I thought famous hater Steve Albini passed away just yesterday. And
Do you think he hated Family Guy?
I don't know about that. I wouldn't imagine he watched it, but I suppose I don't know what he liked. But he was just talking about, I guess he was a real edgelord in his youth, and he was talking about, there was some point where he kind of was like apologizing for some of that stuff.
Right.
But he was saying, I think there was a period of time around the turn of the millennium, or especially the 90s turn of the millennium, where it really felt like so many of those battles were completely won. That it felt safe to, I do think that is where a lot of that stuff is coming from.
Yeah. Just like, whoa, we're saying this because we know it's
so clearly absurd to think that racism is a good way to be. That it's safe to do it. Yeah.
All right, we got a call coming in. Let's hope it's Meg. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name and what are you calling about? Meg?
Hey, Luke. Hey, Andrew. I'm calling about Family Guy.
Is this Meg?
It's Jake.
It's Jake.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake. How are you?
Good friend, Jake.
I'm not Meg. I was not Meg.
Jake, I'm going to put you on the spot. How's your Stewie? Do you got a Stewie?
Man, it's not going to be good, and I don't even want to try it. It's not
Okay,
gonna
that's
be
fair.
good.
That's fair. If you had one, I was gonna. Do you have any? Do you do anybody?
Roger.
The weird perverted old man.
Something like that.
Yeah, I have a really good perverted old man.
Yeah, hi, I'm the perverted old man.
Everyone can do that.
Come here,
one.
Chris.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a Werther's original. You know, something like that.
Steve Albini,
Wonder-
there's a link that we.
wonder if that's the
click,
guy that's
How
still
do we
doing
click
it, huh?
link?
Steve Albini made one tweet about Family Guy. It was about a pinball
Click
machine.
link.
We're just gonna have to. Well, hold on. We're just gonna have to imagine it.
Who's Mort?
The Jewish character.
He's the Jewish character.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can do more. You can't. If you do more, it's a hate crime. Tisher. You know that, right?
I think Mort Goldman is the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any impressions,
Which-
Jake? I don't know. I don't know this part about you. You got any impressions?
Man, not any that like would be worth mentioning. You know?
like some deep cut one, like James Mason. or
Whoa,
something?
hello. Leave this boring live show and go see the music tuning on live right now with GTA 5. Okay, can we get that up on the screen? Let's hold on.
What the heck?
Yeah, sure. I'll get that up on the screen for
Let's
you.
get
But
this up on the screen. All right. Dumb music. All right, hold on. I'm just going to. Hey. Hey, someone said to come on. This is his.
Oh,
Hey,
this
someone
is the
said
music.
To come
What's our gift?
watch
It's
your.
not gonna beat this.
Someone said to come watch your stream, but I'm also streaming right now. So let's go see what this. Right, it seems to be a Spanish language stream, so that's going to be tough.
interesting.
That sounded English.
Right, so there's not much we can really do with that, is there? Because if you're gonna, I mean, you tell us to go watch the stream, but you weren't. I mean, I assume, Jake. I don't know if you speak Spanish. My conversational Spanish is not good enough to follow a GTA 5 stream.
Walk.
I mean, maybe you'd get, is it like a GGA RP stream?
Wow, is Amy Adams gonna be on the couch? I would love that.
Amy Adams is so cool. My cousin watched a movie starring Ryan Reynolds, and he said Family Guy is reasonable. His word is goddamn gospel. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds is gospel to me. I think, except I know we're all excited for If.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
He's the grimace or character.
thank
in
you for
that.
playing Guy coughing for 50 bits.
I wonder what was that's really
So they can
obnoxious.
they can charge. They can play.
I'm familiar with this aspect of
Yeah,
streaming.
yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I've seen this happen.
this
Can
is
they do the thing where that makes you go like, popcorn, thank you.
Ice cream, good. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that I think that they can't. But if they give me enough money, I'll start like dancing around, clapping my
Yeah,
hands like a
same,
fucking seal. I
absolutely.
mean, isn't that really the case with everything? Jake, I'm not gonna let you off the hook, dude. What
they
do you
make
got
the
an
horse
impression of? Yeah, they got the horse.
Don't-
That's free though.
Okay,
I think the only
that's free.
one I could do is Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is like one of the two guys anyone can do.
Sure.
Do
what
it.
You got to get
You
to the
know?
chopper. What do you got for us?
And I, just a lot of, just sort of like noises, things like that. Not even like words I like to say. Just
Don't
sort of going
explain
like,
it, Jake.
yeah,
Do it.
something
Do
like
it.
stupid
Do
like
it.
that.
I don't want to hear your explanation of what you would do. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I want to pump you up.
Come on,
Man, I
man.
really don't want to.
You really don't want
He doesn't
to.
want to. Okay.
All
Wait,
right,
what did
fair.
you?
All right, all right.
You probably okay. A hater has been spamming on behalf
Hello, I
of the
come
music.
from the music channel. Someone spams your channel. I want you to know that he is a hater who's been around for more than 2 years. He does not send anyone to spam. Sorry if someone spammed. Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Should I ban that guy?
Get to the
I
chopper.
don't accept his apology. I really,
Wow,
really hated
really?
that happened.
It was bad, but
I hated that.
All right, let's get him out of here then.
You're done, dude. If you
Ban his ass.
if you can't control your chat, well, sorry, you shouldn't be on the website. You should be substitute teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Jake, is there any impression you'll do? Is there any, or maybe there's like a turn of phrase you'd like to share with us? I just really like, I think I give a lot to the viewers and they don't really give enough back. Like, is there any sort of words of wisdom you could give us?
Always put your horse away dry. Sort of like
Always
a-
what?
You don't want to when
Never
your
put-
when your horse is all lathered up from long riding. You need to put him away
All
dry or
sweaty.
he becomes ill, or what happens?
Yeah, you gotta brush your horse if you've been riding him, all day and he's all sweaty. Because if you put a horse away wet, that's bad for the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there like a
probably don't want to put a kid wet too to bed, right? I mean,
yeah, no, probably not.
I mean, you wouldn't want to put anything wet to bed, probably, unless you have like a water bed.
Fish.
Here's a Family Guy beef I have that I really am furious about.
Okay.
The damn eyeballs with the lower lids that infected all adult animation at some point. And it's so lazy and
what's
evil.
lazy about it? It's
well,
a choice.
Because,
it's a choice.
Well, because the reason you do it, the reason it infected everything was you can move the lower eyelids for expression, right? But you're not moving the rest of the face. So it's a cost saving thing that makes animation generally less expressive. It reduces animation. It reduces the expressiveness just to the eyes. And that this went everywhere, and it's not like it can look very striking when you rarely see it. There's some kind of human expression that it mimics, but it's not really what a human eye is doing. It's like what an owl eye does, and you see it everywhere, and it's so evil. There's my I'll plant my flag on.
That's the clip.
Okay,
that's the clip.
Yeah. I haven't noticed. Meow.
So we played the cat sound.
Yeah.
All right, Jake.
It sounded kind of like Peter making a cat sound.
Well, if you could believe it, I do all this sound. It's all me.
Oh, that's all you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like to kind of show my range on here. You know, I'm not just a
that
twister.
was you as dog.
Meow, meow. I mean, you can. All of them.
That was the same.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, huh? Jake, tell us your favorite Family Guy joke before we let you go.
Oh, good question.
Favorite Family Guy joke.
Man, I got to be honest with you. I do actually. I mean, it's not a joke, but I do think the musical episodes that they do. I do think that's fun.
Yeah.
Doing a random riff on the road
stuff.
to Morocco.
Yeah.
From the 20s. I think that kind of rocks.
Okay.
Just doing a show. I do think that is endearing.
Yes, I agree that that's endearing. I think he really he really likes that stuff. People like those road episodes, don't they? I haven't seen them.
I do. Stewie's Sexy Party.
I did.
I don't know about that.
I did come in as a Family Guy hater, but I mean, to compliment it, I do like that.
We've got we got a Family
You're
Guy
a family.
hater on the
I didn't
line.
even realize that. So why do you hate Family Guy, Jake?
Please.
Well, I did like it a lot when I was younger. I did like it when I was in
it's a funny show.
Middle school, I guess.
Don't say it
but
like
it's
that.
something
Don't
that
what in middle school? Like I'm some sort of asshole for being 31 years old and liking it. I was saying
I
that
because I didn't go to a middle school.
What?
I went to an elementary school from grades 1 to 8, and so whenever I say elementary school, people think I'm 5 years old, and it's no, I was 11.
Okay, I'm just saying I kind of. Yes, I understand, but I take issue with the fact that even you're saying, oh, I liked it when I was before I hit puberty, and then I got a dang brain cell. You know what I mean?
But you can't hate the premise of
I'm just being authentic. I'm just being authentically me.
All right, fair enough. So what happened? What happened? What made Family Guy fall off for you?
I do think I think part of it is that I always felt it was very childish, and this is a me thing, is that when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an adult really badly. I wanted to be taken, I liked adult stuff, but I put away things like Family Guy, which I thought was just for kids or whatever.
Right, but and you never had a realization. Welcome everybody. Welcome, just really quick. Welcome and Go Off King of Raiders. We're talking about something I think that will be relevant to a lot of you here. Yeah, we're not, and I want to be saying I'm not trashing JF's favorite show, Family Guy. I like Family Guy. Jake hates Family Guy. Tisher thinks Family Guy is the reason adult animation is bad now. By the way, we got that on tape, so don't try and say, oh no, that's not what I was saying. No, you went on a 2-minute fucking rant.
I think the eyeball thing has been a negative for the world.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So
if I can just get to sort of like, I think my main issue with Family Guy to me is just like, I always thought it was sort of like a bad influence on me growing up.
Mm.
And, because I
In
also
what
watched a
way?
lot of
What do
like
you mean?
South
What do
Park and
you
stuff.
thought? What kind of kid is thinking this is a bad influence on me?
I meant like later on, like retrospectively.
Okay.
This is what I began to think.
Okay.
Because I do think, and we talked about it a bit,
Mm-hmm.
both you guys and in the chat, that like there was a lot of like hatefulness in the show, and I don't think it's like not like on the level of South Park or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, where I would say it's a very evil show in a lot of ways. No offense to people who like it, but I do think like the guys are very repugnant and have done a lot of repugnant things with the show and sort of very hateful stuff that like, South Park hasn't, but I do think there is a lot of like really bad shit in Family Guy that I think growing up as like a dumb hick kid from the middle of nowhere, Ontario, like it like informed opinions about people that like I didn't like that I think are bad, like very offensive stereotypes, about like different races, like isn't there a character that's called Consuela who's like an old Mexican maid?
I'm not
And
saying
that,
it
I
all
think, is
aged
like,
well. Listen.
I mean, and I don't want to, I don't want to make you sound offensive. Like I think that
No,
like
I'm the
you're
bad
allowed
guy
to
'cause
like
I
it.
like I mean, you
Still.
see how the tables have turned.
No,
This
man.
is supposed to be a gotcha show
Come
for
on,
Tisher,
man.
and now you're coming to me, Jake, and you're saying all this like, yeah, I don't like that stuff either. Of course I don't. What, you want me to
Yeah.
say? Oh no, I actually think it's really good that it had all that crap in it. Of course I don't think that. Of course I don't think that.
I mean,
What do you want me
I'm
to
not saying that
say?
you do.
Look, man, we're not ending this show until you've become woke.
Fuck.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm just being
Peekaboo,
honest.
baby. Trick or treat. We're here.
And I think like to put Tish on the offensive, I think The Simpsons is also guilty of this, and that's a show that I love too.
Simpsons is guilty of of kind of like a casual offensiveness.
Yeah, I mean, I think Apu, like, I think it's undeniable that documentary about him. Like, I think
There's
it's
a problem
undeniable, like how like brown kids were like called Apu for like 2 decades because some white guy was like being racist on TV,
Sure.
for a career. Robbie, I don't know about that, brother. Sorry.
Well,
But,
I think we can all agree.
it is true, like,
Hmm?
I think that's true of like a lot of stuff with that show. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, I just feel kind of blindsided, I guess, Jake, because you are one of the moderators of this channel, and now I'm like I want you to feel free to express yourself, but now I feel like you've kind of put me in this position where I'm like in a hole, and everything I say or do after this moment will make me stay at this. Hold on, will make me either stay at the same level in the hole or dig me farther deep. But I don't really see a way out.
Mod's on a power trip.
So,
I
Jake,
think
before I let
this
you go, I'd like to say, what are you gonna do as a moderator of this channel to get me out of this hole right now?
I love Donald Trump.
All right. Well,
Whoa.
so I guess we get to drop you. I mean, how does that help me?
Are you not allowed to say that on the air on this show?
I don't know. All right, you love Donald Trump. Goodbye, Jake. He hung up. That didn't help. I didn't want him to. I want to be very clear what I was doing there. I didn't want him to make him. I didn't want him to make. I wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. I wish you hadn't said that, Jake. I wish you hadn't said that. What I wish is that you had said, you know what, Luke? I understand. What I needed was compassion, and instead I got more antagonism.
It was kind of a case of bad friend, Jake.
Thank you. Now people have been asking about the lemon. So now, and I'd like to ask the chat. Hand me this lemon, please.
Okay, I'm getting it back.
You are getting it back, of course. My new thing is that I'm gonna give every guest a lemon. I'm gonna get every guest a big lemon from my yard.
But none bigger than the one you've given me.
I think you might have the biggest lemon. So the lemon is not the segment. This is the lemon. Everybody gets a lemon.
Look, Get a Whale is referencing one of the all-time great Simpson jokes.
Can you put your hat on the lemon? Well, that's kind of funny. Well, I don't want to make the. I don't want to make the. I don't. It's his lemon. I don't want to make Tisher's lemon smell like a hat.
Oh, I know what I could do that would be good.
Yeah. Oh! I grew that lemon, son. That's cool.
Is this gonna work?
Can it smoke the vape too? Can we make it smoke the vape?
Yeah, and we can make it smoke the vape.
That's really good. That's really good. All right, so we have a segment. Now let's do the segment. Now oh wait, hold on. We have another call coming in. We're going to take a couple of these calls, and then we're going to do the segment, because the segment is total bullshit.
You must have, you feel like you got, I mean, you must have been, this is one of the critiques of Family Guy, is its kind of cavalier, aggressiveness.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched the show in a while, so I did not know that. I didn't know that. I thought we were just going to talk about Stewie and Brian and the funny clips. I didn't know it was going to be this whole thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know. All right. I got a call. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name? What are you calling about?
My name's Spencer.
Spencer, speak up.
Okay.
Quiet. I don't know if it's your phone. I mean, I can barely hear them.
Yeah,
Hear me
I'm having trouble too. Is it a thing you can adjust his volume?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Spencer, try it now.
Jake,
Hey.
do it.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello? Can
much
you hear me?
better. Much better. Spencer,
Okay.
now, what are you calling about, Spencer? And you better come with something different than what we've been getting.
So I'd like to say that I think there's a lot. As time goes on, it's kind of a roller coaster of emotion when it comes to people liking Family Guy or hating Family Guy.
Right.
I feel like, of course, when it first came out, everyone loved it.
Right.
I remember,
I was a hater from day one. Keep going.
chatting with the other like 13-year-olds back in the day when we thought it was the funniest thing ever, and being like, oh, did you see the new movie? Oh, did you see the whatever? And I think as time went on, everyone started to get annoyed with it. And, all these people were like, I never thought Family Guy was funny. I never thought it was good. It was always annoying to me. And now we've came back, and there's a lot of people who genuinely stick up for Family Guy. Like, I think it's funny. It has problems, but I think it's funny. It's kind of interesting how it comes and goes, where, maybe in 2013, everybody thought it was, old hat, and everyone thought it was, the dumbest thing ever. But now it's it's had its little resurgence. Whether it's ironic or not, people are like, oh, let's post Family Guy clips and have fun and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've made a great point, which is, the show isn't funny. Then why you don't really see old Simpsons clips underneath TikTok videos, do you, Tisher?
No, yeah, certainly you do. Don't you?
No, not in the same way you see Family Guy clips,
maybe
right,
not.
caller?
Yeah, at least for me, I don't know.
I think
barely
it
Simpsons
certainly seems. I mean, I think Simpsons falls off a cliff hard around the year 2000 and never recovers. And it seems like Family Guy kept being what
Family
it
Guy
was for a long time.
Stays winning.
I didn't ever cared for the recipe in the first place, but they were able to continue reproducing the recipe.
Right.
In a way, the Simpsons seemed to run out of gas.
Right. Right.
What I will say about the quality of Family Guy is,
Please.
I can't say it's the best show ever, because it's not, of course. And I can't say it's done good, because it obviously hasn't. But I can't lie and say that when it's on the TV, in the background, at least once an episode, there's at least one joke that hits. And
Exactly.
that's kind of
That's it.
it's kind of a really low bar. It's kind of a really low bar, but there's other shows where nothing hits. So it's like, I don't know. That doesn't mean it's the best thing ever. It's obviously not, but it means there's something there. It means there's some sort of, I don't know, entertainment value, whether it's just a dull noise that sometimes you perk your ears up to.
And I'd like to second that by saying I think actually the best thing media can be is a dull noise in the background that sometimes makes you laugh.
Right. Well, and I think many people feel this way, and I'm not a television in the background person. So
what do you have on in the background? Books? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, dude.
Well, this is we touched on my dislike for wind chimes as I was walking.
Yeah,
in.
let's get into that.
I
We'll
do
call,
like.
caller, I'll let you
prefer
go. Thank you,
silence.
caller. Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
So much. I do appreciate that. Was legitimately good insight, though. So thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right. Here's how we started today. Here's how we start.
Look how many people are joining me in the hating wind chimes train. Team
one.
Pogs for Birds is on my side.
You see one.
As I knew.
I
there'd
come
be.
in. We come in. This is the first thing. Even maybe before hello, Tisher looks up at my neighbor's wind chimes and goes, "Ugh, I hate wind chimes."
They're really going.
They were. It's
I
windy.
but I love giant purple honeysuckle. That you have that too.
I do have that.
That's
but
very
that
nice.
doesn't make noise, is it? Does it? I'd like to
Yeah.
see ones in the chat if you like wind chimes, two if you don't
We
like
got a
wind chimes.
proto-birth is cowardly declaring neutrality.
No, I thought you're calling
No one cares.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good wind chimes are nice.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
yeah.
hey, then that's all tautology. I love good wind chimes too.
But to you, there aren't any good wind chimes.
That's
You know
true.
I'm sucking on that honeysuckle. Jake, I'm not. Yours call wasn't good because it made me look like an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, very.
And
And Rally V says very bad when it's very windy, as today. Oh, Tapwater Shart says he likes wood, or they like wood, but hate metal. Which I could be down with the wood ones more.
yeah, I like the wood. I like the wood too. I like all wind chimes. I think
Urban wind chime is sicko. It's just not right. We're too close together to be
we're
inflicting
not.
that
I mean,
on
it's
everyone.
not. But look, I mean, okay, how urban is it if I have a lemon tree? I give you a lemon.
But the lemon tree doesn't make noise, and if the lemons go in my yard, then I can have them through
Right.
the principle of usufruct.
Right.
And then that's a benefit to me. But the
but
wind
the wind
chime,
chimes are free. It's beautiful. It's this
but I
beautiful
haven't
noise.
showed. No, come on, you don't like hearing your neighbors play
I
music
like,
most
yeah,
of the time.
but it's but they're not playing it. God is playing it by shooting wind through them.
Yeah, the big rock ones.
Big rock ones.
I haven't heard those. Microtonal steel wind chimes. I like those on a drum kit. I don't really like those on a drum kit.
Microtone. Oh, I like when they go more
Yeah.
cowbell. That's sort of a wind chime.
I feel like at the late '90s, around the birth of Family Guy, we were getting the microtonal steel wind chimes in songs.
All
I
right.
feel like Cher and Britney were.
We're going to do this segment now, and it's not going to make any sense because the premise of the show is fundamentally undercut by the fact that you don't hate Family Guy that much. You just don't really like it. Thank you for playing Guy coughing. All right.
And then we now know it's you coughing.
Yeah, it's me coughing. All right, so here's how this is going to work. Now, we can't show Family Guy clips on the screen because of DMCA. You understand?
Hanging down from my window. Those are my wind chimes. I like the Beach Boys song Wind Chimes.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Though it's hard, I try not to look at my wind chimes.
So they like chimes, clearly.
Yeah, and they like me singing. Freak Scene likes me singing wind chimes.
Okay. All right. Automod, just the Automod is high this month because of the front page stuff. That's why. So don't worry about it. Here's the segment. Thank you, Jacob, for the segment. Worm. Shout out, Jacob.
Thank you. Get away.
All right. So we can't watch Family Guy clips, right? We can't watch them.
No, I can't.
You wouldn't like to, but we can't show them, right? Or we'll get DMCA striked.
Really?
Yeah, you can't show Family Guy
That
clips.
fast?
You don't know. I mean, the way stuff's going. I mean, we don't know if the guy. we
Yeah,
don't know if
isn't it
Seth's-
fair use for illustrated fair use for a scholarly discussion like we're
I
having?
don't think so. So here's how we're going to do this. We're not going to watch. We can't.
People are
watch
saying we
Family
could
Guy.
watch them.
I don't listen.
What if we watch an episode?
Listen, I don't care if we can watch them or not. Just follow it for the premise of what
Oh,
we're
I
doing.
see.
Okay.
Oh, I
Just
get
to
it.
Cool it.
Sorry.
So what we're going to do in this world, we can't watch Family Guy clips. Yeah. So how this is going to work is
yes, and we want to watch Family Guy though.
Well, you don't, but I do.
Yeah.
I do. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how funny Family Guy is. I'm going to watch Family Guy clips with headphones on, and I'm going to tell you what's happening.
That'll show me.
And you will laugh.
Okay,
and in
all
that,
right.
I'm going to prove to you
Okay.
that Family Guy
All right.
is funny.
This is
So
good.
I'm going to tell you about everything. I'm
you
really
gonna
going
do
to
the
do it. I'm really going to do it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now, this is a really funny one to start.
Should I
okay.
close my eyes?
Whatever you need to get into the moment. So
Okay.
the name of this is called Prom Night Dumpster Baby. Okay, so this is
What year?
I don't know. Don't ask
Chat,
me that.
what year is Prom Night Dumpster Baby from?
All right. I hear a dog howling. All right, so I'm gonna kind of say it as it goes, but I'm not gonna pause because then we'll be here all night. I'm just gonna explain it as well as I can. Speak on that, Lemon. Wait, shit, you can hear it. Hold on.
Sounds like someone's falling downstairs really fast.
No, it's a Prom Night Dumpster Baby. You don't even know what you're talking about. All right, hold on. Okay. All right. Hold on.
Mid 2000s, I'm learning.
Okay.
Peak Family Guy. Hey, what are you doing out here? Damn it. Who's that, Brian?
No, it's not Brian. All right, there we go. All right. So this is called Prom Night Dumpster Baby. I'm going to kind of just explain it to you as it's happening in real time. It's a minute and 18 seconds.
This is from the start of the video.
It's from the start of the
Start of
video.
the episode, rather.
I have no idea. It's a
Okay,
clip
it's just
from
a
YouTube.
clip.
I
It's
have
just a
no
clip
idea
from
where it's
YouTube.
from.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a girl outside. She's putting a bag in a dumpster. Her prom date's coming out and saying, "Don't you want to come dance?" They go outside. Music starts. Old Crooner song. I'm just a prom night dumpster baby. It's a baby.
Okay.
I got no mom or dad swinging around the umbilical cord. Prom night, like it's a, Cane baby. The story isn't long, but boy, it's awfully sad. Bum, bum, bum. And now there's a whole chorus of Prom Night Dumpster Babies that look exactly the same behind them. And now they're hanging from the ceiling. They're hanging from the ceiling off their umbilical
Off their
cords.
cords. Yeah, got it.
Right. Somebody to spank it. Miss my mom. She's at the prom. Low part, like how that happens in songs. Dumpster baby. Prom night dumpster baby. You're laughing.
Yeah, well.
But taking a stroll. He's taking a stroll. Taking a stroll. He's taking a stroll. Taking a stroll. He's taking it. Now they're all walking down. They're all doing it. It's a moonlit night. He's taking a stroll. And they're doing the thing where the ball is bouncing over the lyrics so you could sing along, which is helpful for this.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So that's clip one.
Yeah.
You
Okay, that
laugh.
was clip one.
You laugh.
Well,
We got a lot, too, so get ready.
I don't know if I would say I was laughing at the clip.
All right. I'm not going to watch Rat Pack's most bigoted songs. That's not going to play even if I'm explaining it.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, you hate to hear that. John McCain Experience. Not going to play that.
And so to be clear, and what Jake would say is that, the premise of the Prom Night Dumpster Baby is based on a kind of conservative myth around this time that, women were young pregnant teens were abandoning their babies to go.
Yeah, dude, I don't need you to give me a dissertation on it. I just need you
Well,
to know if the clip is funny.
we
All right.
saw him from the second guy,
Next
yeah.
one.
Okay, all right, okay.
Brian and Stewie are sitting in what seem to be maybe theater seats, and Brian has maybe a script in his hand, as far as I can tell.
Okay, all right. I do like Brian and Stewie together.
I'd be free to sue some of my sexy parties. Stewie's chasing around a bunch of women in the living room. They're wearing bikinis, and he's wearing a sailor outfit.
Okay.
And now they're doing the monkey.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it?
It was only 13 seconds.
Wait, what was the setup?
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, this is Stewie. Okay.
Which means I'm free to throw some of my sexy parties. And you can kind of imagine he's chasing them around.
I can imagine it well. Was it the Benny Hill music?
No, but probably because they couldn't get the rights. But it sounds like the Benny Hill music.
Okay.
That one's a bit. I understand that one's a bit
That would
hard
seem
to
more visual.
Yeah. Okay, this is called Book Club. Okay. Okay, we got Peter standing in front of a wall. Clearly, we're about to start a cutaway. Okay.
Okay.
You know what a cutaway is in Family
course.
Guy. All right.
I did one.
You did one?
We got the Steven Seagal in the Great Depression, and I tried to cook one up for us.
Yeah. Right. But imagine if the animators could get. All right.
If the animators did one, yeah, right.
Hey, I had to go to your club, and that's really why the actor's submission of torment, her daughter's death. I say, I am felt, and these women talking, blah, blah, blah. Around. here's another thing. Book can also be a hat.
Book can?
And Peter puts the book on his head as a hat.
I didn't.
It was tough because I was saying it.
Yeah, I would maybe attempt. I would not attempt to match it.
Okay, all right.
Word for word, speed wise.
All right, let's try it again.
I think you might have to be on it. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Maybe if I could slow it down, which I can't. So let's try it again. Cutaway. Peter's in a book club meeting. The women are like, blah, blah, blah. I love this book. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Peter's looking at the book, but he might as well have it upside down. She says something. She's, here's another thing. The book can also be a hat.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
That's pretty funny, right?
Yeah, he's much slower than these women.
Yeah, yeah. Or just has a different sensibility about life, you might say. I don't know if he's slower.
Yeah, it's joyful.
I don't think that's fair to call him slower.
You don't think that's fair?
No. All right. Here, this one's called Family Guy British Pub. I think you're really gonna like this one. So Joe
I
Quagmire.
feel like I've seen this one. Okay, keep going.
You have?
I may be.
All right. Well, we'll see. Well, okay. So Joe Quagmire, Cleveland, Peter running into. I believe
is Joe Warburton. Who's Joe?
Joe is the guy in the wheelchair that's played by
Yeah.
Patrick Warburton.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And so, well, I don't know if he has a canonic. I don't know if he has. I don't think it's fair to say Peter's stupid or smart. I don't think that's really funny either. All right, so this is called British Pub. They're going into the Drunken Clam. I got to imagine the bar.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see? Oh my goodness! There's a bunch of British people in suits. It's called the Clam's Head Pub, and there's a picture of the Queen. You know the British people got crazy teeth, right?
Right. Yeah, from The Simpsons, I know that.
Oh, and they're saying like, "Oh, does anyone want some crisps?" And then Peter says, "Well, this didn't age that well." Peter asks if it's a gay bar, and I'm not saying I stand by that joke, but it was in there, so I wanted to say it.
Be honest. Yeah. What about the clip? Or
At least they have sports on TV. It's cricket is on TV.
Okay.
And they're saying like, "Oh, we're going, Tally ho, we're getting the balls up to hit the balls." Blah 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 blah. Oh, cricket! It's marvelous game. Oh my goodness! I mean, it's now the Peter's looking at the British people.
The British people are saying British people are invested in that.
Right.
Are they in Great Britain, or this happened to the Drunken Clam for real?
It seems like they've turned the Drunken Clam into the Clam's
Okay.
Head Pub. This is
Okay,
happening
got it.
in the episode.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Quagmire's mad because there's no more girly mags in the restroom.
Hasn't something replaced it?
David Copperfield,
Huh?
like the Charles Dickens novel.
Oh, I get it.
In this world,
Sorry.
for the British would rather read Charles Dickens. That don't say you're gonna go to sleep. I don't want to see that in the chat. You just keep up because this is hard hitting. This is hard hitting comedy. This is good.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. You're right.
Wait, any picture of his girlfriend? Quagmire looks through all of David Copperfield. No pictures in it. That's
Yep.
funny that they would think that.
You are just watching it.
It's funny. It's hard to describe it at the same time.
Yeah.
So is that funny?
I mean, I guess
My damn headphones fell off.
I think maybe this is fruitful because it does get us to something. I think that I do feel like a lot of the stuff feels that I think Family Guy does feel the most exciting to me when it feels like they are like calling out something I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there will be, but I mean, I think this is where I'm the most frustrated. Where it's like, well, this feels like it's kind of like filtered through the Simpsons British jokes and like other kind of like British jokes, just sort of generally in the air or whatever. Like it feels a little like secondhand to me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I was watching something called Stewie Takes Adderall for his ADHD. Family Guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. What happened to
It was
him?
a lot funnier than what you were saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to prove it.
Okay.
I just want you to understand.
Well, maybe could I make an attempt to open this up to here would be a topic for callers or
Okay.
chat.
All right, please.
What are things you feel lonely disliking? Where do you feel like you're
The
standing?
topic is Family Guy funny.
right,
okay? So
okay.
here's what we're gonna do. If you think
Okay.
Family Guy isn't so fucking funny, Tisher, you come up with it.
I knew we were gonna get here.
You come up with it. You come up with it. Come up with a Family Guy episode if you're so fucking smart. Okay.
Come up with a Family Guy episode.
I want to hear the A plot, the B plot, a C plot if you can find it in the moment. But I understand that may have, and at least 3 cutaways. Go.
Okay.
No time. Just say it. You're an improviser. Go.
All right. Peter comes home. Lois says, "Peter, where have you been? Peter, where have you been? You've been missing for 3 days."
Yeah.
That was kind of Peter too, but I guess they both have the
That's
accent.
okay.
Makes sense.
Keep going. Keep going.
So Peter says, "I've just." They must have done a Scientology thing.
I don't know.
Peter's joined.
Just commit to your.
Peter's
Don't
be,
worry about
okay.
it.
So
Okay.
Peter's become
Yeah,
a Scientologist.
Yes.
About.
Okay.
And
It's freaking sweet, Lois. Xenu is going to come back to Earth.
yeah, exactly right.
I'll help you. I mean, I'm not going to leave you hanging.
I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And Xenu's going to come back to Earth. It's going to be even better than when Clinton came back to help the Democrats in or it's going to be even better than when oh brother.
Come on. No, you got it. You got it.
Clinton came back to help Obama with his campaign. That's that's a cutaway.
All right, let's cut to it. All right. You be Obama. I'll be Clinton.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, Bill.
Hey, Obama. And he's calling him Obama, which is weird.
Yeah.
Funny. Hey, Obama, I shouldn't have done that stuff in the White House, but I'm sure dang glad to be helping you out now.
All right. We'll set you up through. Just walk through that door.
And then when they start making out or something funny.
Okay, no, that's
I don't
pretty-
know. That's
yeah.
kind of funny. All right, keep going. Keep
And
going.
so
So that's
then-
cutaway 1. So he's a Scientologist.
Yep. So
That's
now,
the cold open is basically what we've got now.
yeah, that's right. And so
That's
now
right.
he's going to bring them all to the Scientology Center to
Right.
get analyzed. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Stewie is, of course, very combative.
Yeah.
But then they're telling him remarkable things about his past lives.
Right.
And that brings him on board pretty
Right.
hard.
Right.
He's feeding his grandiose visions of himself.
That's very like Stewie. That's very Stewie.
You know,
yeah,
Brian is maybe the
Yeah.
most skeptical and concerned out of everyone. Chris, of course, is mindlessly on board.
Yeah, he's an
Meg,
idiot.
happy to be receiving any attention.
Yes, and so for her, actually, Meg probably. Sorry to jump in here, but
By
I'd
all
say
means.
the C plot is maybe we keep cutting to Meg, and she's like crushing. Because these guys
Oh,
are all
that's
sort
pretty
of
good, yeah.
Poindexters, you know what I mean? Meg is crushing. Like you see a bunch of guys, they look like Mormons, basically. I mean, you've seen them around LA.
Sure.
Meg is like, oh my God, no one's ever thought I was this funny before. I think I like Scientology.
Right.
So that's the C plot. I already gave that to you.
That's okay, and she's advancing through the levels very fast.
Yes.
To the point that's upsetting Stewie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the B plot even. Now I'm seeing
Yeah,
the
I think
whole
this
thing.
might be a B plot.
That's one of the B plot. The A plot is Peter's just the Scientologist?
Well, I think so. Now I think maybe a C plot is they're all in LA away from Rhode Island,
right.
and so occasionally we're cutting back home. Quagmire's been asked to water the house plants while they're gone.
That's good. And maybe I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do something naughty with the houseplants.
I think he encounters I think Stewie's got a Venus flytrap, and he's making eyes at this.
And
its vaginal
Rupert,
shape.
right?
Rupert.
That's Stewie's stuffed bear.
Okay.
Well, I think we could do something pretty funny with Quagmire and Rupert. Leave them in a room together. Those are 2 characters you don't see often.
I didn't know that. Then the bear talks and so on?
Well, the bear doesn't talk, but Stewie kind of puts sentience on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Quagmire just gets his dick caught in a Venus flytrap.
I guess that's cleaner, but I think it maybe okay. All right. That's cleaner. That's
This is our C plot. We're gonna get Rupert going in the C plot.
You're right, man. Okay. Fair enough. Let's not. Okay, Fair enough.
Yeah,
Let's
I
leave
think-
Rupert.
I think
Maybe Rupert can be in the
I think
background.
Wibbity Wabbity has the right idea. I think he's got his dick stuck in the Venus flytrap through the whole thing. I think that probably our final button on the entire episode is the plant creature that has been born now from their union walks out and says something.
And then
it's probably Groot or some shit.
that's funny. And or you could do a thing where it's like, or it says I'm the baby like from Dinosaurs, and then you do that thing where the camera turns into a circle and it gets small and it just stays on the baby's face.
Sure.
Cut to black.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's American Dad. But whatever the Family Guy ends is, I don't know if the Family Guy ended. Is that also the end? Yeah. Okay, but all right. So our C plot's done. I think our B plot we don't really need to, Meg. Eventually, it's like
I think we. I mean, this is maybe more of a Simpsons approach, but I think probably the Meg is proceeding, and she's eventually it's kind of not. This is ultimately not good, and so Stewie frustrating her actually helps her. But she is only, he does manage to get in her way in some way and prevent her from advancing, which is ultimately to her benefit. But she's
right, and
she's only hurt by this, and then it's like a shut up, Meg.
Right, shut up, Meg. But then she's back in Rhode Island. She's not giving all her money to the Church of Scientology. Okay, C's done. B's done. We've got one cutaway. We need to tie up this A plot, and we need two more cutaways.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so the A plot is just kind of Peter and Lois are doing it, and they're going through the thing.
Sex?
No. Well, maybe Peter becomes a great lover due to his going clear.
Huh. Oh my God, Peter, you've never shot such big loads. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. I mean, I wouldn't say something like that, but maybe the characters
I think they
would.
might
That's
say
kind of
something
crude.
like
I
that.
know that that's crude. I understand. I don't like that.
Right.
But I'm saying, yeah.
And I think and so she, Lois, sensible, who had misgivings of her own, is now very conflicted because Peter's become such a great lover.
Right. She's like, I hate the Scientology stuff.
But I love the way he's behaving. He hasn't come home this excited since the time he went to that Clash in the Wiggles concert.
Oh, okay. All right. Cut to that. Do you want to be Peter or do you want to be the Clash and the Wiggles?
I'll be Peter.
All right. Hello, we're the Clash and we're the Australian Wiggles and we've teamed up for a pretty crazy thing. Werewolves of what's the Wiggles? Shiny car. What's the Wiggles thing? What's the Wiggles thing?
Yeah, I mean,
what's the Wiggles thing?
I don't know fucking
Fruit salad.
Yeah, there you go.
Werewolf of London.
That's Warren Zevon, I think, but yeah.
What's the Clash song?
London Calling or
London
Rock
Calling,
the Casbah.
I want my fruit salad back.
Yeah, very good. And then cut to Peter, and he goes, "Well, I still like it better than And then you.
Are you about to do a cutaway in a cutaway?
No. I think then it's just a. I don't know exactly what we put there, but it's just a swipe at
Right.
I still like it better than the Chris Gaines stuff. Or
Yeah.
whatever, you know?
Like, well, yeah. Right. It's something about the Clash that, like,
It's
if you
just
like music,
or it's just a swipe at some other musician.
Totally.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
red car. Yeah.
Something
great.
as terrible as this is still better. Yeah.
Great.
And so then, okay, and so
We're back. Peter's
so
lover.
He's fucking
Okay.
great. And then so it's going on. But then, okay, here we go.
Okay.
So now the Scientology is making Lois a worse lover.
Oh, because actually her thetans are what make her like strong.
Yeah,
because
the evil that's been buried
she's
inside
maybe
her for
one of
thousands
those
of years.
those aliens from the volcano, maybe actually, and maybe Scientology is real, and
Right.
that's the reveal.
Right, she's got Mata Hari in her or something.
Right.
Yeah. Scientology is real, and I think that's a yes. I think that certainly this is not quite. This doesn't amount to a cutaway, but I think we do have a gag where we're just like walking down some hallway, and someone's like, "Oh, I have to deliver this envelope," and it like we open the door, and there's Xenu in there, 10,000 feet tall. Like, "Oh, thank you."
I'd like that. Can I also? Here's my alt. Chat's at a standstill because they're fucking listening because you're seeing two comedy legends do their fucking.
Or
thing.
they're all describing it to another person to prove that this Twitch show is funny.
That's right. Exactly. Very immersed in the plot. So thank you, Krem. Thank you for trying to call me out. And yet, actually, we've called you in, and we're seeing exactly how engaged people really are. Now, cut to. All right, not cut to. They go, oh my God, who the frick is in there? Open the door. This is a new episode of Family Guy because it's still good, unlike your precious Simpsons 2024.
Okay. Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard, hello, and he's like, he looks basically. I mean, he's like, they've got him.
Good.
He's like on the iron lung, but he's still ticking. You know what I mean? He's still ticking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to get taken by Xenute, and I'm gonna go clear. And then Peter. Okay, wait. Sorry, I'm kind of taking this over, but I hope it's okay.
That's fine. That's helpful.
Yeah. I'm passing the ball. I'm picking it up. Peter goes, "Oh my God, a monster!" And he takes it, and he gets a big fucking monkey wrench.
Sure.
And he destroys L. Ron Hubbard's thing that's keeping him alive.
Okay. And briefly, a Joaquin Phoenix caricature from the Master tries to intervene, and he knocks him dead instantly.
Why? And then they make some weird comment like, "This guy's supposed to be one of our best actors. He's so fucking weird looking." You know what I mean? Like that's like that. You know, that's gonna.
He looks weirder than that Chihuahua who was in the Steve Buscemi lookalike contest.
Yokiro Taco Bell.
Yeah, and then Buscemi's saying, "This is me." I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Taco Bell dog.
Oh, sure.
Yokiro Taco Bell. You remember him?
Oh, I remember him well.
Yeah. God, I'd love to see him get in there. Well, I think that's the episode.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I'm surprised. And you
so
know,
just to be clear, what this did was prove that I'm as funny as Family Guy.
No, it proves that the Family Guy has such a.
And Creme de la Creme is so right.
What?
Dog insulted by looking like Buscemi would be funnier than Buscemi insulted by.
That's funny.
She's completely right.
That's funny. Family Guy.
That's what the second draft is for.
That's what the second draft is for. That was a first draft. That wasn't even a draft. That was the ideation phase.
Right, exactly.
Now you say, oh, that's why you're funny as Family Guy. I would say that like I look at it as it's the beats of a beautiful sonnet. I mean, I'm funnier than a song, or I'm more beautiful sounding than a sonnet. Was that what Shakespeare was saying? No, he was using the medium of the sonnet as we use the medium of the Family Guy script to create some great art on the fly. Do you see the difference there?
Just right. You put words into the sonnet machine and it produces beauty.
Exactly.
You put comedy ideas into the Family Guy machine, it produces a very funny
script. I mean and thank you, Creme, because that is very funny. Dog insulted by looking like Steve Buscemi. What the hell? I don't look like this guy.
Yeah. Yokiero revote.
Yeah, Yokiero plastic surgery. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'd show it in front of. We didn't even take it to the table read too. So I mean, this is really first draft.
We need Peter to call back.
Now, what I'd like from L. Ron Hubbard, he wrote. That's pretty funny. So like Elrond from Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh damn, L. Ron Hubbard.
Here's what I'd like for the chat.
That
I'd like
sounds like
someone to
something
take
Chris
those
might think.
notes. This is like, I'd like you to take these notes we just gave you, have the recording, and I'd like you to write the script for me.
Good Lord.
Write it. Write the script, okay? Write it. If you really like the show, you'll write the fucking script. A minute a page. Family Guy's supposed to be 22 to 24 minutes long. I want to see 22 pages of script on my desk by tomorrow morning.
Who is this instruction for?
Whoever wants to take it's
okay.
extra credit.
All right, yeah.
It's extra credit.
Okay.
All right, you've taken the notes. Great. Captain Oblivion, that's one step. Post the notes in the Discord. Somebody will get it up. If you want to do it where you each write a page and the first person gets the last line of the last page and the next person gets the first line of the next page and do it like one of those drawings,
Exquisite
that's
corpse.
fine. I don't care. But what I need is this script because I am putting together a Family Guy packet right now and I'm out of ideas. So that's kind of why we're doing this tonight.
Right.
I don't need an American Dad script. I could write that in my sleep.
Do it.
You do it, man.
No, I did mine. I did my
All
time.
right. I'll do an American Dad one, but you got to jump in. There's no cutaway.
I'll jump in.
There's not a lot of cutaways in American Dad.
Okay.
All right.
I'll jump in with the Roger stuff.
Great. You can come up with that.
I don't know anything
And
about
you know he plays characters.
Roger, yeah, he's always
Yeah.
being strange characters and surprising them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So. Damn, it's pretty hard.
Wait, no, that's not. Yeah.
Can I pass?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
All right.
Yeah,
You
it's
pass it
it's
to
too
me.
hard. It's too hard.
All right.
You don't have to You don't have to do it, but I don't want to do it.
No, that's fair. I think we did. I think having done a whole
I don't
Family
think we
Guy.
need to do an American. I mean,
No, I
doesn't
don't
it feel a
think
bit
it
trite?
seems-
And then we're going to
seems
do a
back to
whole
back, right.
20 minutes of that.
No.
I mean, I understand this is basically a show about filling time until we die, but like
Yeah. Which
don't-
is when do we do that?
we got 20 more minutes.
and then we die.
and then we die. Well, we don't die, but it's
we
like this is just one
die.
of the nights of your life, and you spent it here doing this.
Right.
You know what I'm
With
saying?
on the deck of the ship.
On the deck of the SS Enterprise. Yes. Are you watching Shogun on Hulu?
No, I haven't watched. I don't have Hulu.
It's very good.
I've heard it's good.
I really like it. If you like if you like Japanese shit, you're really gonna
Yeah,
love
I'm
that.
interested in that.
The white guy kind of talk. He's like, "Hello, I am the engine. Yes, I am from England, and I would like to kill all those Catholic dogs, and I will help you learn how to use European and naval might against your enemies."
Who are the Catholic dogs?
Well, here's the thing. It's the I believe the Tokugawa era, and
Which means what in
so this is the 1600s. It's Japan. It's right as Japan's opening. There's Portuguese Catholics there setting up missions.
Okay.
But this is the story. It's really happened of like when the English finally find Japan, and it like opens it up, and they're like basically like they've been lying to you, the Portuguese, blah 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 blah. And then they kind of get in there, and this guy ends up becoming a samurai.
Gotcha. Have you ever seen the strange Sondheim musical Pacific Overture?
No.
There's a really good complete like television broadcast of it on YouTube, and I highly recommend.
Are you a musical guy?
Not really,
I like musicals.
but I try to.
I like them. Sondheim's good.
What do you like? I just saw Dick Tracy last night for the first time.
The movie.
Yeah,
I've never seen-
with all the Sondheim songs in it. It's got like a half dozen.
Is that what it is? I've never seen it.
It's
I've heard
crazy.
I've heard it's totally insane. Isn't the thing
beautiful.
Warren Beatty wanted to just keep their trademark, so he like kept it?
Well, that's why he did it. I mean, he did it in the first place, I think, out of a genuine love of Dick Tracy.
Yes, but then he made
and
the
then
mov-
he's been making these strange. No, I mean, he made the movie, but then he's made these strange video specials in like 2010, and then he did one during COVID called Dick Tracy Zooms In, which was not necessary to keep the trademark, but I think just
Was
born
it
out of
good?
his. No, I don't think they're good. He just talks to Leonard Maltin as Dick Tracy.
Huh. That's very strange.
It's a
And
completely strange.
this is the lead of McCabe and Mrs. Miller, one of my
no
favorite
one has
movies.
slept with more beautiful women than Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is what he wants to spend his time doing
Yeah,
now.
freaking out about. I mean, don't you think? Isn't that what we all want? Is at the end of our lives, like we just kind of fall back into liking the same stuff we liked when we were 10 years old, and we just go obsessed over it. And we
I
just
feel like
the-
I feel like during maybe not exactly the same as the end of our lives, but a weird kind of purgatory. I felt myself backsliding during COVID hard into like old, like it was like, man, I haven't cared about Mystery Science Theater 3000 in a long time.
Right,
And suddenly I like really want to be in this world again.
right, and it's it's comforting.
Yeah.
It's comforting. The Go Off Kings are doing Dick Tracy Night, where they show that, and the other crazy one with Warren Beatty. Right,
The
they
other
are doing.
crazy one.
Keep hearing a dog howling. I mean, that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I do hear that.
Hope it's not my dog. She doesn't really howl like that.
Might be being antagonized by the wind chimes, the
Yeah.
discord of the wind chimes.
Unlike you, the dog isn't scared of wind chimes.
I'm not scared
You,
of
it
them.
seems like you're fucking scared.
No,
Ah!
we're not going to go.
Oh, the
No,
wind chimes!
We're not
Oh
going.
my
We're not
God!
going over there, are we? I'm not scared of them. I don't want to. Be
I'm gonna.
near.
I'm gonna.
I
Make,
don't want to be near them.
I'm
but
gonna. I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna break into your house and I'm gonna shove a bunch of wind chimes in your face. if
that's
you're
a
not
very
careful.
funny joke, but you won't do that for real.
I will not do it for real. I will
Okay.
not do it for real. If you.
Well, let's hear. What musicals do you like? Family Guy has music.
Hairspray.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
John Waters.
yeah.
And
Is the original film a musical?
No.
Okay.
But he wrote the musical, I
Right,
believe.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But the original is a movie, and then he made
Yeah,
a musical
I haven't
version
seen
of it.
either,
And then there's a movie version that he also
Right.
did. I like that. I really like Wicked. Is my sort of guilty
Oh,
pleasure.
really? No kidding.
I really kind of love Wicked.
I haven't seen or listened to that one.
You know what it's about?
Yeah, I read the book.
Really?
Yeah, back
I
when
forget.
it came out.
Is it good?
Sort of.
I always forget it's a book. Chicago's a good one.
Yeah, Chicago's a good one.
That got John C. Reilly an Oscar nomination.
Yeah. Have you seen his show that he does now where he sings?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Really?
You didn't like it?
No, I hated it. I'm not
Really?
gonna lie.
No kidding. The
Yeah,
live
legit.
show?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was kind of like, what are we doing?
Huh.
Yeah. I
Oh.
didn't like it at all. I gotta be honest
No
with you.
kidding.
Yeah.
Why? What? But say more then.
Um,
Do you like that type of music?
I thought the music was fine. I think anytime you're seeing an actor be overindulgent like that, I think there's something wrong. It felt like there was a darkness to that show in a way that I couldn't quite put my finger on.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
I just was like, I don't know.
Can you try to put your finger on it?
Well, I'll try to put my finger on it, but I'll be a little bit political in how I guess I answer the question. You know, John C. Reilly could be watching,
right,
of course.
I saw the Magnetic Fields in concert, and he was sitting right behind me.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
See, that's a place where I'm fine listening to music because those are musicians. I don't want to see some fucking actor get up there and wear a weird hat and go like, blah, la, 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 la.
Oh, but he was in an Oscar-winning musical. It's not weird for an actor to sing. That's very normal for an actor to sing.
I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I can't really describe it. I found it precious in a way that was, and maybe it was, I mean, I knew he was going to sing, but maybe I didn't know it was just going to be that. And maybe that's a me problem, but I found it very precious in a way that was like, go hang out with your wife, dude. Don't do this shit.
Okay, yeah.
That's my take.
All right. Yeah,
so now I'm the hater.
That's a fair enough take.
Here's the thing. I'm also a hater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I appreciate that I like that you're putting yourself out there.
There it
this
is.
one, yeah.
I hate it.
And I'll lob this bomb in the last 10 minutes. I don't think Walk Hard is funny.
You know, that's what I can't say yes. Well, I get this. A lot of your favorite music. Shut up, Goat's Head. You know what the fuck you're talking about. Be quiet, dumbass. All right. And I didn't say that because we're on the front page. I didn't say any of that. Just cut that out. All right. Walk Hard. Here's the thing about Walk Hard. I've only really seen it in clips on Comedy Central, and I thought it was funny, but I have no attachment. Now, do you think Step Brothers is funny?
I haven't seen it.
It's really funny. That's like my favorite comedy movie, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
How about Superbad?
Yeah, I thought I haven't seen it since it came out, but I enjoyed it at that time.
And I know something you hate, which is also maybe going to be the theme tonight.
Okay.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh, I do really hate Wet Hot American Summer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
one of my favorite movies.
I really do dislike that.
What is it about Wet Hot American Summer that you don't like? Because I find it so almost inoffensive, and then it's just like a funny movie.
Yeah, it feels. I think there's a weird meanness towards the characters, which I think is a fine thing to be doing, but it really doesn't vibrate with me.
Interesting, but they're not real. You know that.
This is so weird. You know, I had I was watching some Dumb and Dumber clips with friends the other day, and which movie I enjoyed when it came out. But I was saying, and they were saying like, "Oh, didn't you watch this 10 billion times?" And I was like, "No, these weren't. I didn't. I watched all of them and liked all the what are their names? Fairly Brother movies."
Yeah.
It
is Kreml.
But they weren't ones I watched 1,000 times. All because every single one of them has some joke where like an animal gets hurt, and at that time in my life, especially, that I was just like, oh, that really like bums me out. I really don't like thinking about this. And the thing one of them said to me was, well, you know, those animals really got hurt, right? And it's like, well, that's right, but the premise of the joke is that it happened. Like, I feel like that's a weird. I mean,
I don't think
there's no such thing as something where you're like,
well, yeah,
like
but that's not even like like we're talking. Yes, I understand seeing simulated animal cruelty, but is not fun. But that to me is so different than the like a movie. I mean, you said you like Seinfeld, a show. Thank you for playing the coughing sound
really
effect. Yeah, it's
amazing
loud.
Sound.
It's really loud.
It does sound pretty real.
It was real. I coughed.
Yeah,
and I recorded it.
Oh, Peter
and now
Farrelly
it's on the
directed
website.
Ricky Stenicki.
Now, but you say you like Seinfeld, a show inherently the whole thing is about awful people.
Yeah, right.
So what is the difference with Wet Hot American Summer? Speak on that.
I'm trying. I mean, I think I'm groping a little bit with to put into words what I mean. I think there's just a one, and I'll say the sequence in Wet Hot American Summer where the guy is up on the stage telling those really corny, strange jokes and everyone's losing their minds. Love that.
Yeah.
Crazy for that.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a kind of weird slowness. I feel like there's a lot of jokes in it where it's like, okay, I get it, but we're still here. Like the montage, etc. Like there's a lot of humor of like things being extended past the joke is that it's going so long.
Yeah, I mean that's something as a Family Guy hater you probably just like.
Right. Which I think that's like I'm down for those.
What about
kind of
when he
jokes.
wants to have sex with the refrigerator, or the can, or which one was it? No, the refrigerator.
I just
You
didn't
care for that.
I just didn't kind of like. It's one of those ones where it's like that's really funny to hear described.
Right.
Like to watch it, I don't find it all that funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess. Let's get another call coming in.
Yeah. Please.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. First question: do you think Wet Hot American Summer is funny? Hello.
This is Krem. I think it is funny.
Good.
It's been so long since I've seen it that I don't really remember. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sound great.
Okay, tight. It's been too long to where I'm sure it is funny because people who I trust say it's funny, and I don't really recall at all. So sure, it's funny. To answer Andrew's way earlier question about something that's like pretty much universally beloved, but that I myself hate,
Sure.
or just like can't get into.
It's a good
topic
question.
group rejected. Keep
Arrested
going.
Development.
I thought it was good. It was just not the topic of tonight. You don't like Arrested
Oh,
Development.
that's exciting because that is one I do really love.
Yeah. What do you not like about it, Crumb?
I just have never felt anything watching it at all ever. It's just it is technically funny. It's like well written, I guess, but it's like I have to not be able to like think about the fact that I'm watching a show and that it's like someone wrote what I'm watching or like listening to, you know. Like Arrested Development, it just feels a little like heavy-handed to me sometimes, where I'm just like, okay, I get it or whatever. I don't know.
And are you
Not the point of my call.
Not the point of your call?
Sorry, what's that?
But
Well, it wasn't, but what I have to say.
Oh, but do you like 30 Rock?
I mean, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it does
But
have
see,
that
that's
same,
interesting
like,
because I
okay.
think
Because I feel like they share a lot of DNA.
in terms of like
You're
feeling
right,
like
you're
it's
right.
just writers telling jokes through the characters, right?
Please help me, somebody! My baby! That pigeon took my baby!
But so the point of the call was that this whole time I
Thank you
have
for
been
playing that
watching
sound
Family Guy
alert.
clips.
You've been watching what?
I've been watching Family Guy clips on YouTube this whole time, just like a constant YouTube like continuous mix of like 5-minute Family Guy
All right,
clips.
I get it. It was
and
fucking
it's
loud.
really
Shut
fucking-
up. I'll turn it down. Sorry, Krem. Keep going.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, I've been watching Family Guy this whole time, and it's really good, even though it's probably the dumbest stuff I've ever seen in my life. And that's what I like about it, is that I don't have to think about why it's funny or like really understand anything at all to be like, that's funny.
But
Because they're doing funny voices and they're like,
yeah.
being dumb, and I like that.
Good, Ether. That's great. That's great. I'm glad. Sorry, Krem. I'm kind of dealing with you. You talk to Krem. I gotta deal with the chat.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
Put
Go ahead.
well, the
Go ahead.
but it sounds like Ether's attracting a crowd of people who are watching our show around the car. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, that's interesting. You say that about being aware of the writer's hand in Arrested Development, which I think is that's certainly true. I think it works in that case. I find it more objectionable on 30 Rock, where it feels a little more like the phrases have been crammed in people's mouths. They're so frequently like 3 sentences. Yeah. That's just like when I of course if I but I mean, I guess even Family Guy to me just seems like it still has so much of the kind of like writer's hand on it, where it's like, well, Peter doesn't know that word. A writer just thinks it's funny for him to know that word. Right? Like there's a type of Simpsons joke where Homer will suddenly be like, but capitalism undergirds our whole societal,
Yeah.
right?
And they're like,
and
"What?"
the joke
Yeah.
is like that home, and I feel like Family Guy certainly does that as well, right?
Sorry, someone said never watched the stream before. Who are these guys? Are they Hollywood celebrities? This is Andrew Tisher. He's the creator of American Dad, And my name is Luke Taylor, and I am the creator of the Cleveland Show, which unfortunately is not on the air anymore. But we were kind of given these properties.
And I think you can kind of see reflected in our properties my
Right.
dislike of Family Guy and your love of Family Guy.
Right, and then maybe that's sort of why one. In a way, maybe that's why one felt there wasn't room for two Family Guys, but you kind of were doing something against Family Guy.
Right, which you're a big fan of.
Right, so that, and which I didn't like,
Yeah.
but I had to respect
Yeah.
because it is a successful show.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's, if you've never seen the show, that's what it's about. Sorry, Krem, back to you.
But to your point, Andrew, I think that you're right about how sometimes it's like, well, Peter would never say that. Why is he doing that just for like the bit or whatever?
Because it's fucking funny.
Like, I think.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Well, one, it's
why would
fucking
Peter say
funny.
that? Because it's a funny joke.
No, of course. But I mean, but you understand.
It's funny, and I laugh at funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's funny, and
But
I laugh at
it's
funny stuff.
like, I
So,
think-
Krem, hold on. So the question tonight is Family Guy funny then?
He already answered that.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, how can you sit there and say it's not funny? If it's funny and it's got jokes and you laugh at it,
I didn't when I didn't laugh at it.
you laugh when I was even saying them to you.
You're laughing
Once.
right now.
huh?
We can hear you laugh.
You're laughing.
We can
I
hear him
Is
laughing
this-
right now.
Would we
It's
call
funny.
this laughing at Family Guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
that's what it
laughing
is.
I'm laughing at the idea that Family Guy subverts my expectations too much.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do, Krem. I'm gonna let you go because I want to try a thought experiment with Anthony before we leave.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Anthony, Andrew. I'm really losing the plot. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put on this clip, and I'm not gonna tell them what it is, but I'm gonna give you headphones, and we're gonna see if you laugh.
Okay.
They're not
Okay.
gonna know what it is. I'll say it is a Family Guy clip.
Okay.
Okay. So put on these headphones.
All right.
All right. And keep the mic, and also keep the mic up.
Right.
And we're-
To tell on me if I begin
Right.
chuckling.
Okay. Ready?
You'll know. This is such a setup.
Now don't give it away because you can't talk about this stuff. Well,
Well, what am I to say? I mean, I admire. So this was the compilation of crooners doing bigoted songs, I
well, don't tell them that because then it makes me look like an ass. Oh, I was laughing at it and you weren't because you're such a hero. Don't tell them. I just want you to say, did you find it funny
I didn't find it funny.
at all? You
I-
didn't laugh.
I didn't laugh. I
And
admire.
you weren't even trying to hide it. I could tell. You were just kind of politely smiling.
Yeah, I really don't care for it.
Well, that's the
I know it seems incredible.
I really thought that by the end of this, I could kind of convince you that Family Guy was funny.
Yeah, I've laughed at some.
Okay.
I might have some Brian stuff.
Yeah, you remind me of Brian, annoying lib.
Is Brian a lib? I guess he probably is, right? He's kind of a centrist lib. Hey!
People are having fun with the lemon in the chat, which
Well,
I like.
He's a fun guy.
Yeah, I like that. Someone's made their icon the lemon with the chat. All right, well, This is it's a fucking bust.
Come on, man.
It just is like, I don't know, man.
You set me up to fail.
I set you up.
Tell me that
No.
you tell me I got to take a strong hardline stance, and then you're hoping you won me over by the
Yeah,
end.
we're trying to give them
And
a
I've
story. We're
harmed
trying
or
to give them a
disappointed
story. We're trying to give them a storyline. You know what I mean?
Right, an arc. I can't get into heaven.
All right. Well,
I created American Dad.
yeah, he created it.
This it is true that if Carmen Christopher was saying what the deuce by a woman, I would be losing it. Now
I won't lie. I would
now
also,
that is true.
I would also be losing it if Cargon says, you know what Stewie says that? Like I can really imagine doing that joke and I wouldn't be laughing.
And yes, I'm in that. I am Ed McMahon sitting in a similar position in that Conor O'Malley Tonight Show video a few years ago.
I remember you in that. That's the first time I ever saw
more
you.
than a few years ago now.
I remember watching that video in Chicago and really enjoying your performance.
thank you,
in it.
man. Thank
yeah,
you.
that's well, on a nice note.
Yeah, that's kind.
That's kind, right?
Yeah.
I think you're a very funny guy, despite our differences.
Despite
of
our
opinion.
differences here. Well, and I appreciate your haterism of that John C. Reilly
Yeah,
show.
it was
that energized me. That you
Yeah, it was
disliked
so.
that,
It was
which
so.
I really did.
He
really
was just
enjoy that.
literally. I mean, this is the show, folks. This
Yeah.
is the show. It's $65 a ticket, right? You're sitting there. John C. Reilly's got a weird old hat on.
Yeah.
And a backing band and a cane, and he's going like, "When I was a boy, la 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 la," and I watched that for an hour and a fucking half. What's cool about that?
Yeah. Well, and he has the
And he does little like this is a show about love. Shut the fuck up. How about that?
Well, he had the intervening bits where he's trying to get someone to fall in love with him, or he
Right.
gets put back in the box.
Yeah, that was so funny. He really sold that
Okay,
well.
all right.
Oh, they're gonna put me in the box if we don't fall in love. Talking to grown women like he's a child. Man, you're 55 years old. Don't talk to people like that, you psychopath.
Ring a ding ding, Italian in my backyard. Get out of here. yeah.
That's funny. I mean, that's funny. All right, man. You got anything to plug? Ring a ding ding, Italian in my backyard. Get out of here. That's funny. Please.
Yeah, that's it.
Tisher, what do you have to plug? Anything? Instagram? Anything?
Boy, yeah, you could find me on Instagram at Tisher.
And I'll spell it right this time.
Yeah, and I'm on. Probably the only real thing I do right now is Letterboxd. I enjoy myself on Letterboxd.
Sure.
You could find me there with the same Tisher.
Tisher.
Yep.
It kind of sounds like doing this 2 minutes. Kind of sounds like a Star Wars phrase. Tisher. That's pretty funny, right, man?
Yeah, and then I do shows around LA, but I haven't got anything to. I'm in Carmen Christopher's Mo and Bert video.
I love Mo and Bert.
Yeah,
you're wearing kind of a waspy outfit in that, right? Or you're kind of like buttoned up.
Yeah, I'm buttoned up. Right, I'm being the. Right, I found a good line being a angry guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an honor to have you here.
No, it's been so incredibly fun. Thank you for
next time we'll switch the roles and I'll make you can make me the bad guy if that's what you want.
I'll make the case for Shakespeare and you'll be fine.
I'll make the chaos. Obviously, I love Shakespeare, so that doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, thank you guys for being here. Take care. We'll be back Friday. We're off. Saturday we're back doing a very special show at 4 p.m. PST. Check it in the Discord. Goodbye.
Yep, I'll see you Saturday.
What a great time, girl.